as the eldest, was the one entitled to the birthright. But Esau had no love for devotion, no inclination to a religious life. The requirements that accompanied the spiritual birthright were an unwelcome and even hateful restraint to him. The law of God, which was the condition of the divine covenant with Abraham, was regarded by Esau as a yoke of bondage. Bent on self-indulgence, he desired nothing so much as a liberty to do as he pleased. To him, power and riches, feasting and reveling were happiness. He gloried in the unrestrained freedom of his wild, roving life. End of quotations. I go to my notes. And famously, of Esau now, he was willing to be disavowed of the birthright in a moment when the pangs of hunger captured him. For a pot of stew, which in a moment would relieve him of his hunger, he dispensed with the family inheritance, like it was chewing gum that the insolent stick on the back of a bench in an honorable room. I don't think you know that, so let me read it again. For a pot of stew, which in a moment would relieve him of his hunger, he dispensed with the family inheritance like it was a chewing gum that the insolent stick on the back of a bench in an honorable room. The birthright. What does this have to do with the family today in this present service? You see, friends, the birthright, like in the days of Esau and Jacob, is that capital that God has reserved for families that make up his church, that are called to honor him and preserve a posterity of godliness and godlikeness. In a world of confused situations, in a world that blurs the lines of right and wrong, God has a right to look to the Adventist home to see whether he has found any righteous and dutiful in serving at the altar, the family altar, so that he can spare this generation the onslaught to come. I ask you, has God found in your family a godly example? Or are you, or are your family likened to the wild freedom of spirit of Esau, who will have his way come one day? Are you like Esau, serving the tastes of the now and despising the filling of the later? And in the midst of it, suspending the family, the erection of the family altar? Are your priorities lined up to match the template of the modern family, who seeks the cream of this life only and suspends the interests of the life to come? Is your family the kind where the numeracies and the literacies and the home economics and the sciences are required upon your children and youth, the study of them, yet requiring not a set time of faithful study of the Word and their lesson study guides? Am I talking to the church? We sometimes have that issue. We ensure that their textbooks are open and they learn the numeracies and the literacies and they do their homework. And don't ensure that they study their lesson. I'm happy that it's not happening at BRINKLEY. Amen. It says here that two angels who are sent